Nokia. What do you think after hearing this name? What? Mobile phones? Modern phones? No, Nokia is bigger than you imagine. Imagine a company, which once ruled the world of mobile phones, now struggling to regain its lost glory. Yes, we are talking about Nokia. Our tale begins in the year of 1865. A man named Fredrik Idestam, an industrious and forward-thinking entrepreneur, took the first step towards creating a global giant. He established a simple wood pulp mill on the banks of the Tammerkoski, a river in southern Finland. Little did he know, this humble beginning would lay the foundation for a company that would revolutionize the way we communicate. As the turn of the 20th century approached, Nokia was already a name to be reckoned with, not just in Finland, but across the globe. Not content with their success in the paper industry, Nokia set its sights on new horizons and began diversifying. From rubber to cables and from electronics to power plants, Nokia ventured into a plethora of industries, constantly pushing the boundaries and redefining its own identity. But the real game changer came in the latter part of the 20th century. In a world where telecommunications was fast becoming the next big thing, Nokia made a strategic decision that would forever change its destiny. The company decided to dip its toes into this emerging field, and in 1987, the world was introduced to the first Nokia mobile phone, the Mobira CityMan 900. This bulky, expensive device was a far cry from the sleek, affordable handsets we are familiar with today, but it was a start. The Mobira CityMan 900, with its promise of portable communication, captivated the world and marked the beginning of a new era. It was a clear signal that Nokia was ready to ride the wave of the telecommunications revolution. With this strategic shift, Nokia embarked on a journey that would see it rise from a diversified conglomerate to become the undisputed king of the mobile world. From the banks of the Tammerkoski to the palms of people around the globe, Nokia had truly arrived. Thus began the reign of Nokia, a reign that would last for decades. Nokia, the name that became synonymous with mobile phones, was on a roll in the late 90s and early 2000s. The Finnish company, founded by Fredrik Idestam back in 1865, was initially a pulp mill, but with time it adapted and evolved, venturing into various industries from rubber boots to televisions before finally hitting the jackpot with mobile phones. The introduction of game-changing models like the Nokia 3310 and the Nokia 1100 turned the tides in the company's favor. The 3310, with its nearly indestructible build and the addictive game Snake Thetu, became an instant hit. On the other hand, the 1100, touted as the best-selling mobile phone of all time, was loved for its simplicity and reliability. And then, Nokia decided to up its game. The company introduced the N series, marking its entry into the smartphone market. The N series was a breed apart. With high-quality cameras, multimedia capabilities, and internet access, these phones were nothing short of a revolution. They set Nokia apart from its competitors and firmly established the company as the leader in the mobile phone industry. But what truly set Nokia apart was its commitment to user-friendly design and quality. Every Nokia phone was designed with the user in mind, making them easy to use, even for those new to mobile technology. And the quality? Unmatched. Nokia phones were renowned for their durability and long battery lives, features that are still remembered and revered today. The last CEO during Nokia's golden era, Olli-Pekka Kallasvuo, guided the company with a steady hand. His leadership saw Nokia reach dizzying heights of success. The company was not just competing in the mobile phone market, it was dominating. And so, the world was at Nokia's feet. The company seemed invincible, a titan in the world of mobile technology, setting the pace and dictating the trend. Little did anyone know the winds of change were about to sweep across the landscape, altering the course of Nokia's journey forever. However, every empire has its fall, and so did Nokia. As the new millennium moved forward, the mobile landscape began to shift dramatically. Two new players, Android and iOS, entered the arena, reshaping the way we perceive and interact with our devices. These newcomers introduced a new era of smartphones packed with apps and high-speed internet capabilities, leaving traditional mobile phones in the dust. Nokia, once the king of the mobile world, was suddenly faced with a challenge it didn't seem to fully understand. The company was slow to respond to these seismic shifts in consumer preferences. It clung to its Symbian OS, a system that was quickly becoming outdated in the face of the versatile and user-friendly interfaces of Android and iOS. In a controversial move, Nokia decided to partner with Microsoft in 2011, adopting its Windows OS for their smartphones. This decision has been a subject of debate among tech pundits, with many arguing that Nokia should have embraced Android, like many of its competitors did. The Windows OS, while not without its merits, simply could not compete with the vast ecosystem of apps and services offered by Android and iOS. Sales began to dwindle. Nokia, which once held an impressive 40% market share, saw this number plummet. By the end of 2013, it held a mere 3% of the global smartphone market. The company that had once stood atop the mobile world was now struggling to stay afloat. Behind the scenes, there were shifts as well. Nokia's final CEO before its sale, Stephen Elop, a former Microsoft executive, was at the helm as the once mighty giant began to crumble. In 2014, Microsoft bought Nokia's phone business, marking an end to an era. Nokia's failure to adapt to the rapidly changing market dynamics led to its downfall. In 2013, the unthinkable happened. Nokia, the once mighty titan of the mobile world, was sold to Microsoft. The Finnish firm that had once dominated the global phone market had found itself unable to compete in the new era of smartphones. Microsoft's acquisition of Nokia's phone division was met with a mix of shock and nostalgia. As part of the deal, the Nokia brand was gradually phased out and replaced with the Microsoft name on new devices. It seemed as though the Nokia story had come to a close, but the tale of Nokia wasn't over just yet. In a twist of fate, the Nokia brand made a comeback in 2016 under HMD Global, a company formed by former Nokia executives. With a license to use the Nokia brand, HMD Global set out to restore the company's legacy. The new Nokia aimed to blend the reliability and simplicity of its classic models with modern smartphone technology. The company launched a series of smartphones, starting with the Nokia 6. These new devices ran on Android, a shift from the Windows platform that had dominated Nokia's final years under Microsoft. The phones were well received, praised for their solid build quality, clean software, and fair pricing. Despite the positive reception, Nokia's return to the smartphone market has been a challenging journey. The competition is fierce, with giants like Apple and Samsung leading the pack, and a swarm of other brands vying for market share. But Nokia, true to its history, refuses to back down. The company continues to release new models in an attempt to regain its lost market share. It's a testament to Nokia's resilience and commitment to innovation. Whether or not the company can reclaim its former glory remains to be seen. Nokia's story serves as a reminder that in the world of technology, adaptability is key. The landscape is ever-changing, and those who fail to evolve are often left behind. But for those who are willing to adapt, to learn from their mistakes, and to keep pushing forward, well, their story is never truly over. Despite its fall, Nokia's legacy in the mobile phone industry is undeniable. Let's take a moment to appreciate the considerable impact this company had, not just on the mobile phone industry, but on our daily lives. In the late 90s and early 2000s, Nokia was the epitome of innovation. The company introduced groundbreaking models that changed the way we perceive and use our phones. The Nokia 3310, for instance, was a game changer. It was robust, reliable, and had a battery life that modern smartphones can only dream of. And who can forget the iconic Nokia ringtone, a melody that still rings in our ears, reminding us of a simpler time. Then came the Nokia 1100, which, with over 250 million units sold, became the best-selling mobile phone of all time. This model was not just a phone, it was a statement. It told the world that mobile phones were no longer a luxury for the few, but a necessity for the many. The influence of these iconic models is still evident in today's smartphone designs. The focus on durability and battery life, the user-friendly interface, and even the simple ergonomic design can all be traced back to Nokia's pioneering efforts. And it's not just about the hardware. Nokia has also left an indelible mark on our collective memory. The mention of Nokia evokes a sense of nostalgia, a longing for a time when technology was simpler, and life, perhaps a bit less complicated. The story of Nokia is a testament to the cyclical nature of business. It serves as a reminder that success is transient, but also that failure is not the end. Even after its downfall, Nokia has continued to compete, to innovate, and to leave its mark on the industry. Nokia, a name etched in the annals of mobile phone history, continues to inspire and intrigue us with its story of rise, fall, and resurgence. This is the legacy of Nokia, a legacy that continues to shape the mobile phone industry and our lives in ways we often take for granted.